It's game time.
Welcome you here inside the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena. You're watching an edition of the Eagles Sports Network. I'm Noah Frary, tonight joined by Nathaniel Penley for this one. As we recognize two seniors tonight in this game, Elise Cawthon and Hope Baker, each have played 4 years for this Lady Eagles team. Nathaniel, talk to me about the difference those two have made in this program.
I think especially this year, stepping up, going back to the freshman year, Hope Baker played a little bit there, at least getting her time, finding her role as a freshman, and throughout these last 4 years, really grown into their role and accepted it. With Elise, a lot of times coming up on the bench, vocally yelling, you can hear her throughout all the games, and then Baker making her presence known as a starter this year.
The two players combining to play in just over 170 games in their career. We'll recognize them at the end of starting lineups tonight. We're going to take a moment now to meet the rest of the Lady Eagles, and we'll be back to further break down this game in just a few moments. And we're back here inside the R. Horton Sports Center Arena as we continue our countdown to tip-off. I'm Noah Frary tonight, joined by Nathaniel Penley. Nathaniel, looking forward to a good basketball game. The Lady Eagles have been hot lately.
Yeah, and speaking of hot, if you look at the last couple games against the Chargers, we've averaged 82 points against this team, so I think we're going to be able to keep that hot streak up.
Nathaniel, we've seen some great play over the last couple of evenings out of the guards Lauren Alvarez and Sandy McElhaney, each of them going over 1,000 in the last couple of games. But tonight also a chance for Lauren Alvarez to break the career rebounding record if she's able to pick up 18 in this one.
Yeah, it sounds like we've been breaking a lot of records with those two breaking 1,000. Like you said, Lauren about to break the rebounding record, and then we had two career highs, not records, well records for individuals, but with Baker and Brewer. So we'll see if we'll get a well-rounded effort tonight.
You think it does feel like we've been breaking a lot of records recently, but I do feel like those two aren't even done yet. They are going to continue their assault on the record books over the next games in this season as well as next year. For Southeastern, they come into this game coming off a victory against Judson College. We saw them here earlier this year. They played well. It was a loss, but ultimately a good showing for them here inside the nest.
Yeah, well, we'll see what kind of game we're going to have. Like I said, I think we're going to have a high-scoring game.
We are going to recognize a couple of our seniors in just a few moments after starting lineup, so make sure you stick around for that. We're going to throw it back to the court now. Prayer, national anthem, and starting lineups coming back, and then Nathaniel and I will be right back right before the tip-off.
Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game is between the PCC Lady Eagles and Southeastern Baptist College. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the four core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, please stand for prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for the gift of health. We pray for the safety of the players, and may everything be done bring you glory. In Christ Jesus' name, amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Before announcing our starting lineups, we would like to take a moment and recognizing two graduating seniors on the Lady Eagles basketball team. From Tampa, Florida, by the way of San Diego, California, number 4, Elise Cawthon. Elise has been a part of the Lady Eagles team for 4 years. Elise is a captain on this year's team and has been a leader over the last 4 years. The Lady Eagles coaching staff always praises Elise for knowing her role and filling that role to the best of her ability. She is a motivator and strong positive influence on and off the court. Tonight, Elise will be playing in her 75th game for PCC. Elise, we are so thankful for all your hard work and dedication. Number 4, Elise Cawthon. From Chattanooga, Tennessee, number 12, Hope Baker. Hope has been a part of the Ladies Eagles team for 4 years. Hope is a pass-first point guard that has played a pivotal role in many games for this team this year. She is averaging 10 points a game, 3 assists per game. In her last home game, Hope had a career high of 22 points. She has been an excellent player all 4 years and has really stood out as one of the top point guards in the South region. Her energy and ability to push the ball with pace has been instrumental in the team's success. The coaches always praise Hope's ability to be an elite point guard and her high IQ on the defensive end of the court. Tonight, Hope will play in her 112th game for PCC. Hope, we are so thankful for all your hard work and dedication. Number 12, Hope Baker. This senior class has helped lead the team to 83 wins, 3 national tournament appearances, and 2 regional championships. This group has led the team to a number 1 region ranking and number 3 national ranking. They have also led the team to a top 10 ranking every week over the last 4 years. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication on and off the court. You will truly be missed. Thank you, class of 2021. Starting tonight for Southeastern Baptist College, number 1, Gabriella Brandley. Number 15, Brianna Holcomb. Number 21, Cardrina Nolan. Number 22, Kobe Wesley. Number 24, Tamisha Gray. Southeastern is led by Coach Darnell Gibson. And now, your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles! Starting tonight for the Lady Eagles, a junior from Athens, Tennessee, number 2, Sandy McElhaney. A senior from Largo, Florida, number 4, Elise Cawthon. A junior from Jacksonville, Florida, number 5, Lauren Alvarez. The senior from Chattanooga, Tennessee, number 12, Hope Baker. And the freshman from Mendenhall, Mississippi, number 13, Alyssa Brewer. The Lady Eagles are led by Coach Jared Sellers, with assistant coaches Heather Sellers and Adrian Wilson. Officiating for tonight's game are Rodney Taylor, Bobby Morse, and Tony Lofton.
And we're back here inside the nest. Just recognized a couple of Eagles seniors. We want to recognize a couple of our own working here on the stream. We're going to take a shot up top now of Ben Lecht. He's been a cameraman for us for 3 seasons. He's graduating this year with an accounting major. Also want to take a shot back into the booth as well. Our stream director, Jenneth Dick. She's going to give us a quick wave right there. Jenneth this year has led most of our streams. She does all the magic behind. And then right next to me, Nathaniel Penley, another graduating senior. So we've got some seniors here on the stream as well. Looking forward to a great basketball game in this one. Getting set for tip-off, it'll be McElhaney, and it'll be Gray. Lady Eagles win the tip-off. Starting lineup on the court. The usuals, but add in Elise Cawthon here on senior night as she makes her first career start for the Lady Eagles. McElhaney looking to get us going in the right direction, but her first shot off the back rim. Nathaniel, I both love and hate these senior nights. It's the conclusion of a 4-year career, a lot of great memories from these players, but ultimately it's a fun night to be a part of every year. Just underway. If you're joining us, I'm Noah Frary tonight, joined by Nathaniel Penley. You're watching the Eagles Sports Network, and this one is a turnover there on a pass by Cawthon. Lady Eagles come into this game hot, winners of their last 3. Only one loss recently. It came against Faulkner University, as you see Nolan get one to go right there. She averages just over 16 points a game. That'll be a name you'll hear multiple times in this game.
Now, Noah, pregame I mentioned that we average about 82 points against this team, so it's going to be the defense that's going to have to step up if we're going to want to win in this game. And you see back in that 2-3 zone as Baker misses here. You see back in that 2-3 zone, they were able to get an entry pass into the middle, and it's just way too easy for that first bucket.
2-0 in favor of Southeastern, just underway here from Pensacola. Senior night here tonight. Last game of the regular season here at home. Gray steps on the sideline, and it'll be Lady Eagles basketball.
An interesting two turnovers here for the Chargers, as both times called by the same official stepping on that out-of-bounds line.
Gabriella Brandley, Brianna Holcomb, Kadrina Nolan, Kobe Wesley, and Tamisha Gray, the starters for Southeastern. Lady Eagles 2-0 this year against Southeastern, playing for the third time. A possibility that they would also see them in the regional tournament next week. Alvarez gets to the cup and gets her first points of the contest off the glass.
There's one of those patented moves by Alvarez as she drives hard, lowers her shoulder, draws a little contact, and there she's finally able to finish it.
Gray's jumper in the lane goes down. 4-2 in favor of Southeastern, and now a travel called on the Lady Eagles. That'll bring in Wolford as Cawthon checks out. 4-2 in favor of Southeastern early on here from Pensacola. I want to thank you for joining us for this basketball game this senior night as we recognize a couple of our own. Travel called now as Nolan took a few too many steps.
Good job of Jenna sliding all the way over. Wasn't able to take the charge, but still made that a difficult play. Ultimately ended up in a turnover.
Lady Eagles just 2 points here early on. Wolford, she could really use a three, gets one to go.
Great to see by Wolford knocking down her first shot. As soon as she gets up off the bench, she struggled a little bit in the last couple of games. Great to see her start off strong.
Nathaniel, shots like that are so important when you're struggling to get a confidence booster there early on. Brewer to the cup. Alyssa Brewer, she finished her last game a career-high 25, getting this one started well.
Defense again turning into offense as coaches use this press basically all season to try to amp up our defense as it hasn't been the best in the half court. So he's used this full court press, and it's a good start here in this game.
We saw him really work that to perfection on Tuesday night, Nathaniel, against Crowley's. Yeah. Crowley's came out hard, they came out fast, but it was a switch to that press in that second quarter that really speared the ladies on to victory.
Yeah, that was a big point in that game, and a great job by coach recognizing what will help, using that basically that 5-guard lineup out there that is used all season.
Baker kicking it out. Here's Alvarez looking for a three, and she'll knock one down. Alvarez, she had a couple of slow games offensively, but man, she has been great as of late. A timeout called on the court. It'll be a 30-second timeout by Southeastern. We'll take a breather. Eleven to 4 as we come back out of the timeout. Nathaniel, wow, that changed quickly.
Yeah, it's great. That's great to see. I think what it started was Jenna coming off that bench, hitting her first shot. As soon as you see one of your shots fall, sometimes that can get contagious. And so if the Chargers aren't careful here, if they give up a couple more open threes, they may be looking at a bigger deficit.
Rayford into the basketball game, her first shot off the mark. It will be Lady Eagles basketball on the baseline. Brewer stepping on the sideline. Been a lot of turnovers here from both teams early on in this basketball game.
Yeah, it's actually kind of surprising how many travels have been called. Once again, stepping out on that baseline, same ref, same call.
Nolan just got it over the top of the shorter Jenna Wolford and gets her 4th point of the game. Baker drawing the contact. It'll be the 2nd foul of the game on Brianna Holcomb. Some early foul trouble for the guard out of Jackson, Mississippi. The Eagles lead this one by 5. 6:13 to go here. We're in the first quarter. McElhaney looking for a 3. Just off the front iron and didn't want to stay in. Rayford came up with the rebound. A high arcing 3, Nolan working inside. The Lady Eagles able to maintain possession. Nathaniel, we saw Hope Baker and Elise Cawthon start in this one. A lot of years of watching Hope Baker out on the court, really in that pass first point guard role. This year, though, she started to even incorporate more offense.
As you see, another 3 by Wolford. Great job of Wolford stepping into her role, hitting 2 threes from the corner. But yeah, like you said, I think what a lot of that scoring comes from Baker is being aggressive, where she's really opening up shots by driving in, to where now the defender's going to be thinking that she's going to be driving in, being aggressive. That opens up a 3 for her.
A quick turnover. Here's a jumper by Alvarez. Southeastern got lucky on that one, as Alvarez was looking for her 10th point of the game. Driving, kicking, here's the shot. A bit strong, and a foul called. It'll be on Rayford, her first. Team 3rd on Southeastern. The Lady Eagles currently leading by 8 as we get set to tick under 5 to go. Alvarez with 5, Brewer with 3, Jenna Wolford with 6 after she's made a couple early 3-pointers. Baker looking for one of her own, and that one goes down. We've seen Hope Baker hit a couple in the last game. She had 5, an increased confidence level from her behind the arc.
Yeah, and I think something else that's going to increase that confidence is other players hitting 3s. Wolford going ahead and hitting another one. Baker now, like I said, the Chargers are going to have to be careful as we've extended this lead already.
When the 3s are going for this Lady Eagles offense, they can get going in a hurry. We've seen a couple here early on. Wallace getting that one to go in transition. She finished with a season-high 5 points her last time out against Judson. Gets 2 early points right there for Southeastern as they cut into this Lady Eagles lead. Alvarez tried to drive past Gray but had her pocket picked. Gray in transition, threw it up. Off the mark. Somehow that ball stays with the Lady Eagles. Wolford gets to the glass, and she will head to the free throw line. A good touch pass there by Baker to keep that play alive.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy play, back and forth. Bodies on the floor.
3 fouls now on Brianna Holcomb here in the first quarter. Wolford at the free throw line, already with 6 early points in this game. Gets her 7th on the made free throw. Nathaniel, you mentioned a few moments ago, she's been quiet over her last couple games. She had that 21-point game just about a week and a half ago, but then it's been 3 straight games where she's combined for 13 points, but a good start out of her already.
Yeah, it's good to see her bouncing back. As a freshman, sometimes that is difficult to do after a couple games of it being slow. But when it does happen, it's usually going to come back in bunches, where if you're not one of those consistent players, sometimes you'll find a night where you're just feeling it and you're just going to keep shooting it. And that's what a coach wants you to do. If you are feeling it at least a little bit, he wants you to let it fly.
Well, and I think for freshmen, I think that's what's so neat about playing on this Lady Eagles basketball team. We've talked about Cawthon, we've talked about Baker, but players like Alvarez and McElhaney. I've heard more than once at practice, even with Wolford being in a bit of a slump, just telling her to shoot the basketball. She's a good shooter. She shoots nearly 40%, and eventually you just have to keep shooting the ball and shots will go down.
Yeah, you've heard the phrase shoot or shoot, and sometimes as a freshman you might kind of forget that phrase as you're trying to feel yourself throughout a game. And that's when you need those older players to keep reminding you, you're a good shooter. Keep your confidence level up. The next one's going in.
Blocked there in the corner. It was Andrews looking for a three, swatted out of bounds. Wolford came out of nowhere and threw that one out with authority.
This is a great job getting back after a missed three. You don't hear that much from Wolford so far this game. But good job of getting back and then able to swat it out of bounds.
Three-pointer by Theory off the mark. Andrews will inbound the basketball. Zaya Theory into the game as well as Andrews to get their first action. Nathaniel, so far early on in this game, it's felt like Southeastern a bit out of sorts on offense.
Yeah, I think our zone is doing a pretty good job of not letting it get into the paint. I think they started the first two possessions, or I think the first two scores they were able to get into the paint, get a nice little hook shot or something like that. But since then, they've clamped that down and done a little better weak side person coming over, making that pass tough.
Brewer has that one poked away from behind, and Southeastern will get the basketball back. Runner there missed, and rebound by Alvarez. We mentioned pregame Alvarez entering this one. She needed just 18 rebounds in this contest to break the all-time record for rebounds in a career. Lauren Alvarez averaging just under 14 rebounds a game this season. She's been electric on both offense as well as in the rebounding category.
Yeah, you said Alvarez needs just 18 rebounds, as if that's going to be an easy sort for Alvarez to do, which honestly that wouldn't be too crazy if she got over 18.
She's got over 20 in 3 games this year. So it is not out of the realm of possibilities. She's been eyeing for a while too. The program record for rebounds in a game is 23. And she's been very close to that a couple times. I talked with her mom pregame as Brewer gets one to go on the putback. I talked to her mom pregame and we both agreed, let's just get both out of the way in one game. It'd be easier for all of us.
Yeah, kind of like that, breaking that 1,000 point record, or getting over 1,000 points. It feels, like you said when she did it feels like a weight being lifted, and that's something else that can happen.
Brewer in transition, picking up right where she left off the other night. She's up to 7, and the Lady Eagles stretch their lead to 13 with a minute to go.
Brewer now with 2 layups in a row. On that last one, oh, we got a charge.
Charge called as Geisler steps in to draw it. It'll be the first foul of the game on Andrews.
I was talking about Brewer getting those 2 layups. Coach is yelling on that first one that there was a lot of contact, yelling for an and one. Good job sticking with it on the second one. I think she got hit in the eye around the 4-minute mark, I believe. Looks like that's starting to swell up a little bit.
A foul called now. It'll be on Porter, her first, team first. 5-1 in terms of foul count. Lady Eagles will shoot 2 the rest of the way in this quarter if they can get the ball back. 46 seconds remaining. Rayford, Andrews, Nolan, Wallace, and Gray on the court for Southeastern. It's McElhaney, Geisler, Porter, Aiken, and Baker. Geisler looking to rein one in. Just off the mark, but a good shot there by Geisler as she came off the bench.
And you don't see that a lot from Geisler, taking a dribble up to the 3-point line, but if they're going to give her that shot, go ahead, she can hit it.
Gray over Baker now. Knocks that one down. Tamisha Gray up to 5 with the made 3-pointer. Nathaniel, you mentioned, and I've been able to attend a couple of practices, the increased emphasis on defense that we've been seeing You know, there's a saying out there that defense wins championships, and clearly as this season has wound down, you've seen head coach Jared Sellers really begin to emphasize defense for this Lady Eagles basketball team.
Yeah, and it's not just him emphasizing defense, it's also him going into detail on exactly how to play that defense. Now in this point of the season, we're really breaking down the very small details that can be the difference in winning big games.
2 seconds left. Get a three-pointer from the corner, just off the mark. And that'll do it here in the first quarter. Lady Eagles ride a hot Jenna Wolford to a 10-point lead. 23-13, we'll take a breather. (23-13) in favor of Pensacola Christian as we return for quarter number 2. It was Jenna Wolford leading the way in that first quarter. She had 8. Alyssa Brewer, though, hot on her heels. She had 7 in the first quarter, and the Lady Eagles riding a hot offense to a 10-point lead. It'll be Baker, Porter, McElhaney, Geisler, and Aiken on the court as we return for quarter number 2. Geisler nearly had it taken away. Porter tried to split a couple defenders. We will have a jump ball, and it will stay with the Lady Eagles. Alvarez, 5 points in that first quarter, 3 rebounds. She'll need to pick up the pace if she hopes to get to that 18 in this one. There's a wild shot thrown up now by Hall, but Nolan gets it back and got it to go.
That came from a much too easy pass all the way down into the post from the opposite side up top. And you see Coach coming with a couple subs already. He's wanting that defense to step up. I mean, that pass shouldn't happen, especially when we're in a zone.
2 fouls now on Amber Porter, and it'll put Kadrina Nolan at the line. Nolan this season shooting 67% from the line as she gets her first to go. She gets herself up to 9 points here in the opening moments of the second quarter. Alvarez double teamed in the backcourt. The Lady Eagles just get it across. They find Brewer on the weak side. Her three-pointer goes in. It's actually a 2. As we see the official give us the signal. Alyssa Brewer now up to 9. Nathaniel, she's been good on offense, but over the last couple of games really starting to bring a lot more scoring is Alyssa Brewer.
Yeah, she's been able to find her way to the bucket. I've seen her dribble a lot more than what she normally does. Playing with Lauren and Sandy where they all are ball dominant. They're obviously the top scorers. She's got to find her way in the offense, and so recently she's been able to do that, and by her doing that, that's opened up Lauren and Sandy and gotten them a couple more open shots.
Wolford looking for her third 3, just off the mark. McElhaney got it back. The left-handed runner, though, doesn't go down. Baker gets it back, and she'll knock one down.
Baker's stroke looking pretty good in the last couple games, like you said. 5 threes last game, 2 threes already here.
Nolan driving, chose to pull it up and shoot it instead of going to the basket and potentially drawing a charge. We'll get a foul called. It'll be on Alvarez. her first, team second here in the quarter. The basketball will stay with Southeastern.
That was actually a nice jump shot, floater type shot by Nolan as she saw Baker coming over. She takes charges pretty well.
Jump ball now. It'll be Pensacola Christian basketball after they were able to force another jump ball. 28-18 the score. 8:05 remaining here in quarter number 2. You're watching the Eagles Sports Network. I'm Noah Frary, joined tonight by former Eagle Nathaniel Penley. We're tuned in and watching an exciting game of basketball here on senior night. Alvarez's jumper, nothing but net.
Eagles right now are doing a good job of staying aggressive, both offensively and defensively. As you saw Brewer get that steal last time down, Alvarez looking aggressive.
They swing it around, looking for Holcomb and her 3 off the mark. Brianna Holcomb back into the game. She's sitting with 3 fouls already in the contest. A risky move by head coach Darnell Gibson here early. Wolford, after knocking down her first couple, a couple just a bit long. Wallace's 3-pointer. Finds air. Alvarez to the cup now, gets it to go off the glass. 32-18, 6:51 to go here in quarter number 2.
In the half court, the Eagles offense has slowed down a little bit, but once again using that transition to put points up on the board.
Wolford was looking for a steal. She'll pick up a foul instead. Wolford went down for that 50-50 ball, and she'll get tagged with a personal. It'll be her first, team third here in quarter number 2. It was 5-1 in favor of Southeastern in the foul battle in that first quarter. It's the script flipping here in quarter number 2 as the officials try to even things out. 32-18, 6:39 to go as Southeastern inbounds the basketball from just under their own basket. Swinging around, Wesley for 3. Misses it, Nolan. Bully ball inside, doing what Alvarez normally does to other players as she grabs the offensive board in the putback.
And she's got several of those already. The Eagles playing in a zone. As soon as the shot gets up, they've got to find somebody to box out, usually it being Nolan.
Some beautiful ball movement there from the Lady Eagles. McElhaney will be the trigger person. They get it in quickly. Alvarez looking for a 3. The weak side rebound grabbed by Kobe Wesley. And Southeastern will get the ball back as they try to cut into this 12-point deficit. Rayford quickly in transition. Gets one to go.
It's a solid play by Rayford going all the way. Getting rid of Wolford on the way there, but if Wolford isn't able to get up, somebody else has to step up, slow her down.
Rayford picking up her first points of the game. She had a season-high 20 earlier this year in a game against Pensacola Christian. Foul called now on Rayford. It'll be her second. We'll see Amber Porter check in. Porter in for Alvarez. 32-22, Lady Eagles lead by 10. 5:42 to go here in quarter number 2. As we bring this game to you live from the R. Horton Sports Center Arena in Pensacola, Florida. They swing it around. McElhaney looking for her first 3, and she'll knock it down for the right elbow.
Good to see McElhaney going now with the 3.
It was only a matter of time before the junior sharpshooter got in on the action.
Yeah, you're right about that. And again, the offensive rebounding by Nolan.
That foul on Porter, it'll be 3 on Amber Porter. And we'll put Kadrina Nolan at the free throw line. Nolan gets her first free throw to go when she's up to 12. She had 21, a season high for her against Judson in Southeastern's last game, but already off to a hot start. Nolan, that last one clangs around and goes in. (35-24), an 11-point advantage. (35-24), they're looking for Wolford, trying to keep it alive, but that ball will be out of bounds off of the Lady Eagles. Nathaniel, Lady Eagles struggling on that possession to get the ball in from the sideline, and it leads to a turnover.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure which play coach was calling, but whatever he was calling, they weren't running.
Lady Eagles applying a lot of pressure in the backcourt, and they will get a 10-second call. Good job there by Wolford and Alvarez after the turnover a few moments ago to provide some good defensive pressure.
Yeah, that's going to make Coach a little more happy and forget that turnover that she just committed. But again, the defense, the full court press working good.
You normally see the Lady Eagles hand it off on that play. Baker kept it, drove baseline. Now Baker from the corner, and that one long. A misfire by the senior. Alvarez trying a quick follow-up three, and that one misses as well. Holcomb gets to the basket and picks up her first points. She's had 3 fouls in this one already. Head coach Darnell Gibson showing a lot of faith in Holcomb. McElhaney, nifty move, but missed the left-handed layup. And I can count on one hand the number of times I've said that throughout her career.
Yeah, I think that's the most open she's ever been on a layup, and that might have had something to do with why she missed it. Sometimes those wide open layups are just the ones that you just simply miss instead of those more contested ones that you miss.
Alvarez got inside, but the layup didn't want to go. Nathaniel, this Lady Eagles basketball team, though, it seems like they're peaking at the right time of the season. They currently rank 3rd in the country, just behind a couple of teams in front of them. But ultimately, they're playing well. They've been playing well at home, some good conference victories, and some good victories or close games against some strong NAIA opponents lately.
Yeah, and obviously that has almost everything to do with the start. Well, I shouldn't say almost everything. It has a lot to do with the starting 5. But I think recently Coach has been able to use a little more of his bench than he normally does.
3 fouls now on Rayford as well. Brianna Holcomb and Diamond Rayford each sitting now with 3 fouls. Head coach Darnell Gibson continuing to leave that pair on the court. A dangerous decision here in quarter number 2. Brewer gets past a man, drives to the basket. She will be fouled and head to the free throw line. Foul going on to Misha Gray. It'll be the first on her, the 3rd on Southeastern in the quarter. And we'll put Alyssa Brewer, who already has 9 points in the game, at the free throw line.
That was a nice deceptive move by Brewer. As we've mentioned, that she's gotten a little more aggressive, and a lot of that has to do with her ball handling, able to get into the lane, as you see there again.
Nathaniel, I heard a great story the other day kind of about how the recruitment of Alyssa Brewer took place. She grew up in a small town in Mississippi, and if you wonder how head coach Jared Sellers finds these diamonds in her rough, I'm going to tell you. She grew up, her babysitter was Ashley Kennard. Ashley Kennard being the wife of our now assistant, our goalkeeper coach, Ryan Kennard, on the Eagles men's soccer team. And she made a comment to Ryan, who then made a comment to head coach Jared Sellers. And next thing you know, you see Alyssa Brewer playing basketball for the Lady Eagles. It's crazy sometimes how those connections in the recruiting game play out, and what a player Alyssa Brewer has been here early on in her career.
Yeah, and speaking of connections right there, Brewer right there to Alvarez. That was a nice little two-man game. But yeah, what a crazy, that was a good story there, Noah.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. 39-26. It's those little nuggets, though, that make a broadcast so much better, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely helps the listener know a little bit more about who they're watching.
We're here in the second quarter, 2:40 to go, 40-26 in favor of Pensacola Christian. Jumper there in the lane by Brandley. Misses. Gray got it back, and she'll get it to go. That foul going to be on Carissa Aiken. It'll be her first. Nolan getting, Gray getting the free throw to go. We forgot to mention a moment ago, Rayford picking up foul number 4 on that foul. Baker got around Andrews and will draw the contact, and with the Lady Eagles already in the bonus, Baker will be at the free throw line. It'll be the second foul on Andrews. A couple of guards for head coach Darnell Gibson in foul trouble. Rayford now sitting with 4 here. Just 18 minutes into this game, Brianna Holcomb, she has 3 already in the contest. Baker making her first free throw. Getting them both to go, and she's up to 8. As was mentioned in the pregame, trying to follow up a season high and career high 22 points that she had against Crowley's Ridge in that high scoring affair here the other night. Lady Eagles scoring a season high 97 points in that game. Geisler will get called for the blocking foul underneath.
Now in these last 2 minutes, let's see if the Lady Eagles can do what they did last game, where they were down that game. They were able to pull within, I believe, 6 points. So they ended that first half very well. Let's see if they can end this first half as well.
Gray getting them both to go. Southeastern hanging around. They trail by 12 as we tick under 2 to go. Alvarez nearly had it taken away. Pass to Baker. That shot short, kept alive, right into the hands of Sandy McElhaney. Baker this time drives, but Nolan swats it. A good thought there by Baker after just missing that three-pointer to try to take it to the rack.
Yeah, and also, wow, what a crazy circus shot there. Yeah, that was a great job by Nolan sliding over and getting all ball on that block.
Tamisha Gray up to 10 after making that layup. McElhaney looking to answer, in and out. It looked good from my vantage point, but didn't want to stay in. 10-point basketball game as we get set to tick under a minute to go. Tamisha Gray, when she gets the ball up here, she loves to drive it. They get it inside. McElhaney able to pick the pocket of Nolan. And now has the favor repaid from behind. That was Andrews. (42-32). Deep here in quarter number 2. You're watching Lady Eagles basketball on the Eagles streaming network. I'm Noah Frary, tonight joined by Nathaniel Penley in this one, and it's been a good game to start. Lady Eagles have led by as many as 14 in this one. They find themselves leading by 10 here late in the quarter. Alvarez had an opportunity but kicked it to Baker. A good thought right there, kept alive by the Lady Eagles. Brewer's 16-footer goes in. Alyssa Brewer up to 12 points here in the first half.
Brewer, by the release of her shot, you can tell she's feeling it. That one just looked very smooth.
Brandley getting her second basket in transition. Shot clock off. Lady Eagles likely to hold for the last shot. Ball turned over. Gray the other way. In transition, got it to go. Tamisha Gray having a great first half, up to 12. At the buzzer, they tried to get it off, but Wolford shot a bit too late. 44-36 as we head to the half. Nathaniel, some good defense there, but better offense by the Lady Eagles in that first half.
Yeah, I think that's something that we've seen against this Chargers team before. I think in the second half, you see Coach there walking off the court. I think what he's thinking in his mind is just it's got to be defense. We got to fix this defense as we head into regionals and nationals.
44-36 after 2 quarters here from Pensacola. We'll take a breather and we'll be back to talk a little bit more about what you saw in this game with a few moments remaining in the half.
The natural sciences area is studying what God made. And the fascinating thing about studying what he made is you're studying about the Creator himself, God. He spoke the world into existence. He spoke his word into existence. They match perfectly. And whenever you get to study what he made, it's fascinating. It gives glory to God. He says it gives glory to him. Whether studying about the human body, stars, or chemistry, mathematics, that's what I love about studying science. Our faculty care for our students, and I think that's something that people say all the time, but we see it. You get to learn how to go to medical school from a medical doctor. You can learn about being a pharmacist from a pharmacist, and you can go ask them questions that you can't really walk up and ask most people. Students can have an opportunity to learn from somebody who's done it for a whole career. They're there to help them. You see caring not just from them saying it, but by their actions and the time that they are willing to invest in these students. We get some of the highest quality students in the department because of their goals. They want to give their life to the Lord and to serve others. It might be serving the Lord by working in a lab where your work benefits people, or it might be by working as a mathematician or as a medical doctor where somebody can obviously see that you're helping people. They want to be prepared, but they also want a firm, strong foundation, so regardless of what they're taught, they'll be able to recognize and know truth and be able to use it as part of their whole mindset in their career. The Bible is our only source of truth that comes directly from God. We still have the curiosity to want to know. You still use a scientific method, you still use the scientific ideas, but it provides a foundation of truth that you can filter all of your thoughts and understandings through. I think if you visit the college, you'll find that the spirit is one of welcome. Of course, the facilities are wonderful. The campus is beautiful, but the people are what's special about this campus. If you have questions and want to know more information or are just curious, reach out. We'll be happy to answer your questions.
The best part about what I do is we get to see the difference that we're able to make by helping people with issues with federal agencies through our coalition program and seeing what issues are affecting our community and providing that feedback to the congressman. It's really unique opportunity to be here in the district because it's less politics and more community. Having a Christian worldview and politics today, I think, is essential to our country succeeding. So being able to communicate with people that maybe don't have those same ideologies or principles backing their logic without them feeling judged or that they're wrong, but also trying to give them something to think about that may change the way that they vote or the way that they create policy or legislation. Pensacola Christian College definitely had a high quality of education. I felt like I succeeded at college better than I did prior just because of the fact that my teachers really cared about what I was learning, why I was learning it. I really appreciated the relationships I had with my professors as well as the professional skills that they taught me. My teachers really cared about what I was learning, why I was learning it. You need guidance, you need wisdom, you need determination, you need doors to open, and at college, I feel like the spiritual atmosphere very much led and encouraged me to have that one-on-one relationship with God and take me to the next step in life.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to influence your world for Christ? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
Working as a physical therapist, it is a ministry all its own to just build a relationship with the people. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, is I want to help people get better.
I want to go to law school, get into a cybersecurity program. That way I can incorporate both programming and law, protecting companies from cybercrime.
I love being around people, and I love learning about people. I knew that with nursing, it wasn't just about helping people physically, like it was helping them spiritually too. That's what's important in life.
As I began to pray more, God, I have a huge decision to make. Where am I going to go to school? I only have one life. What do you want me to do with it? And he began to show me that what I enjoy doing can be used for his honor and for his glory. God led me to Pensacola Christian College to pursue my passion for finance through a biblical perspective.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but I know I need to go for nursing, so I'm gonna go and I'll have to study really hard, and I just didn't really look forward to it. But now, like on my third year, learning is so much fun, and I didn't feel like that freshman year.
I'll look back and I'll be like, man, I remember I used to struggle with that. And then maybe a freshman looks at what I'm doing and they're like, what are you even looking at? I'm like, this is easy stuff.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Last summer, I did an internship in Germany in a genetics lab, and I was able to use the techniques and tools I had learned in the labs here over there, and it made so much more sense because I already knew what I was doing and why I was doing it.
I think teaching is communicating facts, but I think the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
My teaching isn't about me, it's about where God is taking each individual student down the road.
We have great faculty and they honestly inspire me. Seeing all of these faculty members who have doctorates, you can definitely see what they've learned reflected through what they teach.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. I've had teachers other places and they'll say that, but if you go up to them, they don't really want to give you the time or try to respond. And here, it's just totally different. You can just have a really good teacher-student relationship.
The faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. That philosophy will always work.
Sometimes they'll ask us, what verse do you think would apply to this? How a verse would relate to a situation.
Biblical worldview is seeing all of my life through what God has shown us in Scripture.
And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC in the first place, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
If my goal is to be in the will of God, it helps so much to know that my teacher has that same goal.
Everything that I see here is Christ-centered. Their main purpose is, we want you to see more of Jesus Christ. That is what I see in PCC.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives and make them more like Christ. I hope that I can just have a little part of molding and shaping them like the Lord Jesus Christ.
They want students to come out of PCC and to make an influence and an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
As president of PCC, I want you to know that we're committed to providing an excellent liberal arts education that's built upon the foundation and truths of God's Word. We won't compromise on biblical principles, and our purpose is to equip you for whatever it is God's called you to do. Make the most of this opportunity in life, and choose the college that best prepares you for that calling. PCC has so much to offer. We're located just minutes from the beautiful sugar white sands and emerald waters of Pensacola Beach. We're known for providing the best education value among accredited Christian colleges. And we have great facilities and activities that'll provide memorable experience to your college life. So as you think to the future and think about choosing a college, don't just choose a college because of its location, near home or by the beach. Don't just choose a Christian college because it's affordable like PCC is. And don't just choose a college because your friends go there and it looks like a fun place to attend. Choose a Christian college because God's called you there. Because that place will empower you to influence the world for Christ in whatever God's called you to do.
If you like to engage in ideas, if you like to know why do we believe this or that, then the Humanities Department is for you. We have a broad range of classes that we offer students to help them feel well-rounded, to help them broaden their communication skills, and most important, to give them that anchor in truth so that they can go out and do whatever God calls them to do. And so that's our desire, to give our students biblical principles in which to interpret literature, in which to look at God's providential hand in history, in which to look at our current political landscape. We have the light of God's Word to give us good principles to do what is right and to make right decisions. And these biblical principles apply whether you're analyzing the history and trends of the English language or discussing the distinctives of America's founding. We have faculty who are very passionate about their fields. Many times students, they'll tell us, "I'm so grateful for the things that I learned in your class." So when we see our students going out and affecting real change, taking the ideas that we have given them to influence others, it is a great joy. If you're interested in the Humanities Department and in one of our majors, come visit us during college days. Come to an advanced grammar and composition class or one of our history classes or a state and local government class. We'd love to have you come.
And we're back here inside the nest. About a minute 20 left remaining in halftime. It's 44-36, the score after 2 quarters. Nathaniel, a good start by the Lady Eagles, but certainly if you're the coaching staff for the Lady Eagles, you're not 100% satisfied.
No, of course not. And if you look at the stats from our last game against the Chargers, we started very well, pulling ahead in a very big lead. But then to start the second half, they outscored us by 12 points in the third quarter. So if your head coach Jared Sellers, you probably have reminded them about that and really wanted to start this second half off well.
A great half there by Alyssa Brewer. She finishes with 13 and 2 assists, 2 rebounds, and a steal, but a good half there out of the freshman.
Yeah, good to see her get going again. And I think we may have to rely on the senior leadership into the second half, but if not, that'd be great. It'd be great if we see our freshmen. You mentioned Brewer, but Wolford as well. They both having a great first half.
And for Southeastern, it's been Kadrina Nolan in this game. She has 14 points in the contest to lead all scorers, but she has been great here in the early going.
That's going to be us finishing off possessions as we've done a decent job defensively, but rebounding has been a little bit off for us as they lead the rebounding battle by 4 or 5 right now.
We've seen the Lady Eagles take advantage of offensive rebounds right now. Kadrina Nolan doing it to them. She's got 4 offensive rebounds, 9 rebounds overall as she's sniffing a double-double here in this contest. It'll be Southeastern basketball as we get the second half underway here from Pensacola. You're watching the Eagles Sports Network. I'm Noah Frary, joined by Nathaniel Penley in this one, former Eagle Nathaniel Penley. A short but sweet playing career for him. It seems like forever ago.
We'll go out to the play on the court. That first possession not very good for the defensive possession, not very good for the Eagles. As offensive possession, the exact opposite as we see McElhaney knock down her second 3.
That 3-pointer by McElhaney right there just got you out of having to talk about your career.
Thank you, McElhaney, as the ball goes right over our heads.
How many games was it? You remember?
Well, as a walk-on, I started the first 4 games of the season, and then I got patellar tendonitis in both my knees, and after that,
you just never were the same.
It kind of went downhill from there.
You kind of flamed out, if I remember. Hey, I think it worked out pretty well for me. I get you over here in the booth, and you work alongside the Lady Eagles, so you're able to bring that insight.
This has been a great experience. Being able to become a manager of the Lady Eagles, I wouldn't have had the opportunity if I were still a player. But with my major being sport management, it's been a great experience being under Coach Sellers, learning from him, learning what he does. And then obviously with you asking me to be broadcast with you, with me being a manager, I'm there at every single practice, most of the events that they have. So I listen to a lot of things that they go over, a lot of defensive game planning, obviously offensive game planning. So like you said, I'm able to bring that insight.
And, you get a pretty good seat to watch your fiance play basketball, so that's not bad either, right?
Pretty good seat.
Senior night means a little extra to you in this one.
Yeah, both of us graduating.
What's next for you guys?
Well,
I know you want to get into coaching, or you've thought about it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not super specific on what I do, whether it's being an athletic director. I did have a little coaching experience during the winter break. I was able to coach Calumet Christian Patriots under Bill DeRuiter, a former NCCAA coach up in Trinity in Chicago. As for what's next, plan is to get married August 8th. And then we're planning to move back up north to near Chicago. As for her, looking for a job, she's kind of in the same boat as me. Athletic director, coach. She also likes working with the youth. So if you're able to find a teaching job, she'd love to do that as well.
Foul called there on Jenna Wolford. It'll be her first, and we'll put Nolan at the free throw line. Nolan getting her first to go, up to 14 points in the contest. It'll be the second foul on Jenna Wolford in the game. Southeastern quickly back within 6. This free throw to make it 5 as Nolan gets it to go. It Felt like the Lady Eagles were rolling in quarter number 2, but it was a good end to that quarter by Southeastern and a good start here in the third quarter, and they are right in this basketball game. Wolford spinning. Alvarez was not able to control the first pitch, missed it, but gets the offensive rebound. That is something I have said multiple times this year.
And we're going to need more plays just like that if we're going to get ourselves going again in the second half. We're going to need to see a little bit more hustle on the floor.
Alvarez got down and dirty with it as she tried to get that basketball, but it will go to Southeastern on possession arrow. 47-42, 7:29 to go here in quarter number 3. Southeastern trying to get back into this basketball game. Brewer flanking Gray at the top. The Eagles trying to find their defensive legs. Gray goes down, and she will head to the free throw line. The foul going on Alyssa Brewer. It'll be her first, and we'll put Tamisha Gray at the free throw line for 3 shots.
It's a tough call for Brewer because it looked like she closed out pretty well. Gray looked like she might have jumped forward a little more than she usually does on her jump shot, but she got the call.
Gray with her team trailing by 5, now missing that one. Southeastern so far this season, they shoot just under 64% from the line. Some big free throws here early on in the corner. Those 2 miss. McElhaney was sniffing a rebound right there, but we still got at least 1 more free throw to go. Gray gets the third to go. Alyssa Brewer, you really see that eye starting to swell up after she got hit early on in that second quarter. Here's Baker from the side. Her three-pointer misses. Gray drives baseline, throws up the shot. Offensive rebound there by Branley. A great job by Southeastern to crash the board. And Nathaniel back to a 2-point basketball game.
Nice job by Baker responding with a nice full court break. But again, it's the offensive rebounds for Southeastern that's keeping them in this game. We're going to have to see a little more energy from the Eagles if they're going to want to pull away.
That's a tough matchup inside for Alvarez. And the foul will be called. It'll be the second on Alvarez. And we'll put Nolan back at the charity stripe where she has been so effective in this one. 5 free throws in the contest made by Kadrina Nolan. 5 for 5 from the line. 15 points for the junior in this game so far as Nolan misses the first. Nolan missing just her first free throw of the contest right there. It comes with the Lady Eagles leading by just 4. They had led by 8 at halftime, but Southeastern quickly back into this contest behind the play of Tamisha Gray and Kadrina Nolan.
Coach now calling out a new play. Let's see if they can get something here that Southeastern hasn't seen yet.
McElhaney, her pull-up jumper just off. Kadrina Nolan into double digits with rebounds in this one. She's got a double-double to go along with those 16 points. Gray bumped, and Southeastern will get the ball. It'll be a foul called on Alyssa Brewer. Foul called on Alyssa Brewer. It will be her second and will lead to a Southeastern inbound from the baseline. Nolan going to work. Baker able to grab that rebound. Alvarez somehow keeping the possession alive. Baker driving on the taller Nolan. They spin it around. Some good ball movement. Brewer inside, and she'll head to the free throw line on the foul by Gabrielle Brandley.
There's some ball movement that we haven't seen recently down in the offensive end.
Alyssa Brewer, that free throw short. .14 points by the freshman Alyssa Brewer from Mendenhall, Mississippi. She's scored 11 plus points now in 5 of her last 6 games. And I think it's been huge for Alyssa Brewer, Nathaniel, to continue to step up, especially with Leah Phelps still out. Alyssa Brewer has really stepped into that role and provided some great minutes.
And it's something big that coach has really needed. With this being her first year as a freshman, he definitely needs somebody else to step up, and Brewer's been just that person.
3 fouls now on Alvarez, and that will bring Amber Porter back into the game. She enters with 3 fouls as well. 50-46, Tamisha Gray at the free throw line. Gray, her season high 18. That free throw gives her 15. She's been one of the hottest scorers for this Southeastern team this season. She averages just under 14 points per game. She scored in double digits in 8 of now 9 games this season for Southeastern. 16 points in the game by Gray. More good ball movement. They find an open McElhaney, but her three-pointer does not go down. McElhaney with just 6 points here midway through the third quarter. Brewer fouled, and she will head to the free throw line. It'll be on Tamisha Gray, her second. And Alyssa Brewer will get back to the free throw line.
We've had good ball movement on a couple of possessions here now in a row, both times ending in an open shot, but that shot not falling. So maybe this is something that we're going to have to do, something that Brew's doing. If we're not going to be able to get those shots to fall, whether it be in the break or in the half-court offense, start driving some more. Start driving and drawing some fouls.
Brewer gets both of those to go, and she's up to 16. They tried to trap Gray, but she was able to elude and get to the basket. Missing the layup. McElhaney pushing the pace, left wide open, and gets the layup to go. It looked like the Red Sea kind of just parted there in the middle.
That was a nice job of Baker clearing that lane, and then, McElhaney able to hit that. Wow.
Bodies all over the floor. Geisler will get called for the personal. (54-48), 4:17 to go here in quarter number 3. Gray missing the first free throw. Getting the second one to go. She has 17 points in this contest, the last 5 coming from the free throw line. She's made 8 from the charity stripe in this game. Brewer gets inside yet again. A correction there as Tamisha Gray got both of those to go. She ties her season high of 18. Lady Eagles able to deflect that basketball, but it will stay with Southeastern. 56-50 the score. 3:58 to go here in quarter number 3. You're watching Lady Eagles basketball on the Eagles Sports Network. I'm Noah Frary tonight with Nathaniel Penley by my side. Andrews now called. That'll be her 3rd foul of the game.
I think Andrews was thinking that McElhaney had committed that offensive foul. That's why she started clapping for herself before she realized that she was all alone on this side of the court.
56-50 in favor of Pensacola Christian. They've led the entirety of this game so far. Southeastern actually leading at 9:05. They led 2-0, but since then it's been all Lady Eagles as that jumper misses. Nolan inside. That one too easy for her as she's up to 18. Nathaniel, you can't let her get so deep under the basket.
No, especially on that break. Holland's got to recognize that Nolan's been doing that all game, so Holland, Geisler has to get around her.
Cross-court heave by Brewer. Porter was looking for Baker, but a turnover now. Gray the other way in transition and gets the layup to go to Misha Gray. Have yourself a game. Gray into 20 points now.
Yeah, that was a really tough move. That was nice. I thought that Baker was going for that foul. It looked like she did get fouled, but there was no call there. So then McElhaney came back, fouled her again, and she was able to finish that.
Gray already with 9 points from the free throw line in this game. She's crossed the 20-point mark in this game for the first time all season. She transferred prior to this year from Baton Rouge Community College. She played 22 games last year. McElhaney trying to find something. They still battle inside, and we will get a foul call. There's a lot of contact there. It will be on Alvarez, her 4th foul, as we sit here in quarter number 3. Alvarez, a frustrating day for her so far. She got off to a good start offensively, but some foul trouble has kept her from keeping it up.
Yeah, and those fouls came a little quick. Those last 3, I believe, came pretty recently.
Holcomb's first free throw off the mark. She shoots 82% from the line this season, missing the first. This free throw, Lady Eagles leading by 1 as Holcomb tries to tie it up. That one off the front iron, and the Lady Eagles will have the lead for at least one more possession. Head coach Jared Sellers doesn't like what he's seeing. He's going to call a timeout. Full timeout on the court. We'll take a break. (56-55) as we get set to return here in quarter number 3. Lady Eagles held an 8-point advantage at the half. It's now just a 1-point lead as Southeastern has given them a fight here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, and you just mentioned that our offense has really slowed down. I think that timeout is what coach was looking for to get this offense going. I'm sure he has a play designed out of this timeout. Hopefully we can start hitting some shots from the outside.
Baker, Brewer, Wolford, McElhaney, and Aiken on the court. Alvarez exiting a moment ago as she has 4 fouls today. Baker going to yank a three just off the mark. Wolford diving for that ball, but unable to keep it in bounds. Lady Eagles, you've seen them settle for a lot of threes here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and so again, I think driving to the basket would be good. With them in that zone, it's going to become some ball movement that we're going to have. And you mentioned several possessions ago, we had like 2 possessions in a row where we had really good ball movement. That's what we're going to have against the zone if we're going to want to get inside.
Holcomb makes a move, throws an elbow. Wolford draws the charge, and that'll be 4 fouls on Brianna Holcomb.
Wolford really bringing the energy, and it's great to see in a game that we need energy. I've seen her dive several times out of bounds trying to save balls. She just did on that last possession, and I hear her drawing a charge.
You could hear that one over here, a little extra mustard on that charge.
Yeah, it looked like she had gotten both of her elbows back. It looked like she landed on both of them pretty good.
They feed it inside. Aiken goes to work. Her runner rimming off. Gray clearing the glass right there. Gray, she doesn't shoot it a lot. She loves to drive as she pulls up right there. Aiken came down with a rebound. Wolford looking for some offense, and she'll be fouled. First foul on Dabrion Wallace, and it will put Jenna Wolford at the free throw line for 3 free opportunities right here. 56-55 the score here from Pensacola. Lady Eagles led by as many as 8 at the half, as many as 14 in the first half, but Southeastern hanging around, trying to make a game of this here in Spoils Senior Night here at home. Wolford continuing to fight for the Lady Eagles. We saw her pick up a charge call a few moments ago. Diving out of bounds, trying to save a rebound, and now gets 2 free throws to widen the Lady Eagles' advantage back up to 3, the most it's been in the last couple of possessions. Nearly turned over. Lady Eagles perhaps trying to dial up the defensive pressure here late in quarter number 3. You see them in the zone defense. Deflected off the hands of Nolan and stolen by McElhaney.
That's exactly what that zone defense is supposed to do. Aiken, a great job of deflecting it, and then down the other end being exactly where she needs to be as Baker feeds it to her.
A great assist there by Baker, but a great finish by Aiken. She was in that right position at the right time, and Baker was able to find her.
Yeah, a great couple seconds there for Aiken being in the exact right position on the defensive end and then on the offensive end, and now pulling down the defensive board.
A couple of defensive stops for the Lady Eagles and a chance to stretch the lead here as we get set to go to the 4th. Shot clock off. Lady Eagles will have perhaps the last shot of the quarter. They work it around. Baker driving, kicking. McElhaney from the top. The shooter's touch. And it didn't go down, and that'll do it here in quarter number 3. Nathaniel Southeastern hanging around in this one. They get back in it, but the Lady Eagles able to get a couple of stops there at the end.
Yeah, and it was great to get a little cushion there, a cushion of 5 points, and a lot of that had to do with Aiken being in the right spot a couple times.
60-55 at the end of 3 will return as we start the 4th quarter.
The winner will be the player who has thrown the paper airplane the furthest. Let's have one player right here, one player center court on the gray line, and another player behind the gray line. So each of you need to make sure you're behind the gray line the entire time, going this way towards center court. All right, our timer will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, 30 seconds to make and throw as far as you can these paper airplanes. Let's see who's up first. All right, looks like you're just gonna have time to make one and throw the best one. Let's see who is going to throw the best one. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. This looks impressive, but it looks like our best paper airplane is over.
60-55 as we return for quarter number 4. A big game by Kadrina Nolan, keeping Southeastern in this one, Nathaniel.
And I think the reason that we're in a zone is to stop specifically her. Maybe coach going into this fourth quarter has told them something different that they haven't done throughout this game so far. But we're definitely going to need to slow her down offensively, but especially on the boards.
60-55, Pensacola Christian College lead here as we get set for the fourth quarter. Southeastern will have the basketball. Lady Eagles came into this game hot on offense. They had scored over 90 points in 2 of their last 3, but Southeastern has been able to frustrate them on offense. Gray's runner off the mark, but rebound there by Kobe Wesley. Nolan missed the initial one, got the next one to go, and she is up to 20 points in this contest.
Aiken played great defense initially on Nolan right there. She's just got to turn around, box her out as soon as that shot goes up.
Wolford hesitated for a moment and then takes the 3. Correction, Kadrina Nolan up to 24 points after that made layup. A season high for the junior. 3-point game. Holcomb heaving one. Foul called there. It'll be on Wesley, her first. It'll be the first team foul on Southeastern here. And Nathaniel, it will be so important. Both of these teams, with the amount of fouls we've seen called in this game, have the chance to be at the free throw line in the bonus at the end of this. And the Lady Eagles, they shoot just better, just slightly better, about 4% better than Southeastern. Wolford continuing to pull. She's gone cold.
I think she, as well as almost the rest of the Eagles have gone cold, so it's going to be the driving, and right here, defense turning into offense is exactly what we need right now.
Alyssa Brewer, you saw her once she got that steal, just an extra step right there, able to blow by Gray, who looks winded.
Yeah, and that's big to have here in the fourth quarter as a starter, and especially as Lady Eagles starter, where they play a lot of minutes.
A 10-second violation forced by the Lady Eagles. It was Brewer and Wolford applying the pressure. Aiken and Porter in for the Lady Eagles.
2 turnovers now in a row caused by our Eagles defense.
Nathaniel, it will be interesting too here in the fourth quarter. Alvarez sitting with 4 fouls. At what point does head coach Jared Sellers go to one of his best players? Here's McElhaney. She needed that 3 and she gets it to go. Big shot for the Lady Eagles.
Great to see McElhaney hit another one. As far as when he brings Alvarez back in, I think that goes as the game goes. You know, I think coach is just going to see what happens here in the next couple minutes, and that'll be the deciding factor on when she comes in.
Wesley fighting for that one. Able to keep the possession alive for Southeastern. Gray inside. Runner off the glass. McElhaney draws the contact right there. It'll be her first foul. Nathaniel, not a bad foul out of McElhaney right there.
Yeah, you might have heard Coach yell, "We'll take a foul instead of a layup," and that's Nolan just creating more chaos down there in the paint on the offensive boards.
Wesley's three-pointer rims in and out. Nolan today, 24 points, 12 rebounds for the junior from Arkansas. Baker trying to find a shot from the corner. Porter, though, fighting hard and coming down with the offensive rebound.
Nice job there by Aiken, finding herself an open layup. That came from Porter getting an offensive rebound.
Timeout called by Southeastern. It'll be a full timeout here with the Lady Eagles now leading by 10. 67-57 the score as we take a break. 67-57 as we return, 7:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. Nathaniel, a good stretch there from the Lady Eagles, both on defense and offense.
And I think they're going to have to stretch that stretch out with these last 7 minutes coming up. The most important part of the game, and I think they're going to have to start it off strong.
Nolan with 24 big points in this game for head coach Darnell Gibson. We'll see how many more he can get. She can get, excuse me. 67-57. The runner there goes down by Brandley, who's up to 8 points. An 8-point lead for Pensacola Christian. Alyssa Brewer in as well. She's got 20 in this game. McElhaney looking for another 3. Baker handles that pass by Porter. McElhaney, a rhythm shooter, and she gets one to go. Sandy McElhaney with 4 3-pointers in this game, and she's up to 14 points in the contest.
McElhaney now hitting those big threes that she's known for as of late. And it's great to have some second chance opportunities.
70-61 as Brandley got another one to go off of the offensive rebound. Lady Eagles continuing to lead by 9. It got to as few as 1 here in the third quarter. They were able to stretch it here early on in the fourth. Brewer closely guarded and directing traffic. Baker drives inside, tried to draw the contact, but has it blocked. Southeastern needing to find some offense here, and they get it as Kobe Wesley knocks down her first 3 of the game. Brewer turns the corner.
Wow.
A jump ball called, and it will stay with the Lady Eagles. Alyssa Brewer, it's incredible. She just has that extra step.
Yeah, like I said, it's great to see her being able to still exert as much energy as she has here in the fourth quarter. And that was another good play, driving full court. Thought there was a little contact there.
And we'll see Alvarez come back into this one. We mentioned she was sitting with 4 fouls. Lauren Alvarez, 12 points, 5 rebounds in this one. We thought we could potentially see her try to break the program record for rebounds in a season tonight. She needed 18, just 5 so far in this game as she's had a quiet night rebounding the basketball. Gray spinning, throwing up a wild shot, but rebounded by Wolford. And a foul now called on Gray. In transition will be her 3rd, the 2nd on Southeastern here in the basketball game.
That was a really big possession, as quick as it was. Great job by the Lady Eagles getting back, stopping that drive by Gray.
Brewer, Wolford, Alvarez, McElhaney, and Geisler on the court for the Lady Eagles. They lead by 6, trying to close out win number 16 this season. Turned over now inside.
I saw that eye contact there with Alvarez and Brewer, both knowing she was about to cut back door. Brewer just wasn't able to make that pass.
Southeastern got a big 3 a few moments ago by Wesley, but a big mistake there as Andrews steps on the sideline, and you see head coach Darnell Gibson using that as an opportunity to do a little extra coaching. Nathaniel, you can't afford to make those mistakes here late in the game.
Yeah, and they've been doing that well, they did at the beginning of the game. I believe there was like 3 times they were called for stepping right out of bounds, and you see it here late in the fourth.
Quick timeout there by head coach Jared Sellers. 70-64, 4:36 to go here in quarter number 4. 70-64, Nathaniel. That timeout had one purpose: slow the pace down, draw up a play, and execute coming out.
Let's see if they're able to do just that.
A foul on Andrews. It'll be 4 on her. Third team foul on Southeastern. As we continue to get close to 5, we'll see if that makes a difference here late. 70-64 as the Lady Eagles inbound the basketball with 4:29 to go. Alvarez looking for a 3 of her own, and that one goes down. Lady Eagles finding their stroke from distance here late and stretching their lead back up to 9.
And it's great to see her coming off the bench after she was there for a while because of the foul trouble, to come in ready to shoot, ready to go. And you know that she's going to be able to, and it's great to see her hit one.
Alvarez gets to the hoop and gets it to go.
A huge 5 points here late in the fourth. Alvarez coming up big.
Alvarez now with 17 in the game. It's been a quiet 17 by Lauren Alvarez, but finding points when her team needed it most here at the end, and they lead by 11. Nolan just bullying McElhaney inside and getting it to go. 26 points now by the junior. The give and go, McElhaney looking for a 3. Rebounded by Nolan. Man, has she had a great performance in this game. Andrews drives, offensive foul. 5 fouls now on Andrews. She will have to exit the game.
I believe that was Wolford once again. That's 2 charges for her. And again, just showing her hustle, sacrificing her body for the team.
Five fouls now on Andrews, and she will exit this contest. She exits with 5 fouls, has not scored in the game. 75-66, 3:12 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Southeastern has given the Lady Eagles all they could handle. (75-66). It's a 9-point advantage. Lady Eagles trying to hang on. Southeastern has given them quite the battle here at home. Wolford turns the corner. A lot of contact right there, but they'll call it a steal. Gray in transition goes the distance and finishes the layup up to 23, excuse me. Katrina Nolan, Tamisha Gray teaming up for 49 of the 68 points. Foul called there. It'll be on Wesley, and we'll put Wolford at the free throw line.
I was just about to mention that coach is probably going to want to run a little time off the clock. But as I was about to say that, something you said earlier, it looked like the Red Sea had parted. Jenna took advantage of that and finally was able to get a call for her.
Wolford up to 11 points in the game, make it 12. She'd had just 13 combined points in her last 3. A good turnaround game for the freshman after she's struggled here over the last few contests.
And moving forward, you know she's going to be a huge part of this team, especially the offense going into these big tournaments. So it's definitely going to be a big. She's going to be a big key. Now she's playing some defense. She's shaking her head.
Baker keeps it for herself and finishes it. Oh, Baker had a streaking Alvarez, but kept it and gets the layup to go.
And now another turnover. Eagles taking a quick shot again and making another one. If you're going to be taking these shots late in the game, you're going to want to make sure you definitely make it.
81-68, a minute 53 to go. A timeout on the court as the Lady Eagles starting to put this one on ice. 81-68. It was a full timeout called by Southeastern. They find themselves trailing by 13. McElhaney getting her 16th point of the game right before we went to the timeout. Jumper there, misses the mark. Lady Eagles leading by 13. They find an open McElhaney. She was looking for the final nail in the coffin, but that one rimming in and out. Nolan capping off a great performance as she continues to work inside. McElhaney, though, able to force the travel call.
Coming in for Eagles, number 3, Holland.
These last 4 Charger possessions have ended up with the Lady Eagles defending it well, going down the stretch, the biggest plays, the biggest possessions of the game, and the Eagles have been stepping up defensively. Nice crossover there by Baker, getting all the way to the paint and then drawing a foul.
Foul going to be on Kadrina Nolan, just her first. What a game out of her for Southeastern. It looks like it will come in a losing effort, but Nolan 26 points in this one, finishing with a double-double. Baker at the free throw line, 12 points as she calls her number on senior night. Baker and Coffin both back onto the floor, the last time that they will do that here in a regular season game. Baker's first free throw misses. Both missed. Alvarez just taking that ball. Here's Geisler looking for a 3, and it'll go down from the corner. Lady Eagles riding a big fourth quarter to what will be win number 16. That was Hall's three-pointer. Lady Eagles still with the basketball as head coach Jared Sellers emptying the bench.
Yeah, just a couple possessions ago, it seemed like it was, as Kristen now gets on the board, and a timeout just for subs. A couple possessions ago, it was a 5-point game, 7-point game. And then all of a sudden, the Eagles, with their high-powered offense, are now stepping up on offense and as well on defense. They were able to get, it's been about 7 or 8 possessions in a row with defensive stops.
86-68. The score, the Lady Eagles will improve to 16-3 on the season, 7-1 in South Region play, and Nathaniel 9-1 here at home this season.
It's been such a fun time watching the Lady Eagles play. They're a very fun team to watch with how fast-paced their offense is, with how good of a shooting team they are, coming from a bunch of different players. 9-1. That's a record that's great to see, especially heading into these tournaments.
Young getting in the scorer's book there with the foul. It will put Diamond Rayford at the line. A quiet game from her. She picked up 4 fouls early on and has just never been able to get it going. Lady Eagles find themselves leading by 17. Make it 16 after Rayford goes 2 of 2 from the line. Shot clock off. Lady Eagles, I was going to say might have the last possession, but thrown away there as Tyndall and Mentz are not on the same page. That ball going out off the head of the official. Some hard knocks at the ends of this game. 86-70. Southeastern rolling the basketball in to preserve time. This game already decided. Rayford driving on Torres, and a foul will be called. 86-70, and Rayford will be at the free throw line again. Make sure you stick around. Following the conclusion of this game, we'll have some highlights from this basketball game, followed with some closing thoughts by Nathaniel and I. Rayford getting 1 of 2 there, up to 5 points in the game. And then we'll get set for men's basketball. That game will tip about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Three-pointer from the corner by Young, no good. Bodies on the floor as this one concludes. Nathaniel, a great job by the Lady Eagles to weather the adversity and come out with a big victory here on senior night.
We were mentioning the defense that has to step up basically all throughout last game and then throughout this game as well. And finally, in the biggest possessions down the stretch in the last about 4 minutes, they were able to step that defense up, and the Chargers went for about a 3-minute drought.
86-71 the final. We'll take a look at some of our favorite plays from this game, and then Nathaniel and I will be back to break it down further. And I'm joined by Nathaniel back here inside the nest as we wrap up this game. Nathaniel, Lady Eagles riding a big third and fourth quarter to what is now a 15-point victory.
It was great to see the offense finally start going. That third quarter, really the second quarter as well, kind of seemed to slow down. Looked like they weren't as excited. There wasn't as much energy, but it's good to see them get going late in the third, and then in the fourth starting to hit some threes, and their defense finally stepping up.
Another big game by Alyssa Brewer. She finishes this one. She gets hit in the face in that second quarter, but able to finish with a big 20, a big reason why the Lady Eagles came away victorious.
It was a great job by her, toughing through that. As a freshman, sometimes you might get that mental where you get hit in the head or something like that. You just kind of drop off throughout the rest of the game, but it's great to see her staying tough, staying with it throughout the entire game.
Nolan for Southeastern, though, extremely good, really keeping her team in this, finishing with 26.
Yeah, we're going to have to fix that interior defense, and especially rebounding, where if we do have to find ourselves in the zone, match up better, we're going to have to figure out how to get some boards, especially when we play some big girls just like Nolan.
86-71, the final here from Pensacola as the Lady Eagles get victory number 16 this season. They improved to 9-1 here at home this year. I want to take a moment now to say thank you. This will be my last game here doing games for the Lady Eagles. I want to thank you for the opportunity over the last couple of seasons to come into your living room and bring you Lady Eagles basketball. It's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed all the kind comments and thoughts over the years. I'm going to be moving up to Greenville, South Carolina this summer. I'll still be following the Lady Eagles from afar, but this will be the last time that Noah Frary signs off from a Lady Eagles basketball game, and for Nathaniel last time.
And the same for me. Obviously, I haven't been with you near as long as Noah has, but I definitely appreciate the opportunity that Noah gave me. A couple summers ago, he asked me if I wanted to do this, and so it was a great opportunity. I feel very privileged to be able to do this, very exciting, so I appreciate you as well.
86-71, the final as we say so long from Pensacola. Make sure you tune in just about 16 minutes for the start of the men's game.
It's game time.